Okay,
Ooh, we're late.
this is the Lunenburg Water District's meeting on February 8th, to be re-televised at another day by Lunenburg Access TV. I guess what we're going to do is,
Pledge of allegiance.
well, yeah, we're going to pledge allegiance to the flag. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, you want to,
We're going to pass over approving the minutes because
yeah,
I
we're
wasn't
going to
here for
review,
that.
sign the warrants.
So let's review and sign.
Okay, my friend, number yours.
Keep moving.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to discuss a property on Burridge Street with, for an with an H2 property owners. Is that you?
Yes, it is.
It is, all right. You want to come up first or stand up and give us your name?
How you doing? James Hall.
Okay.
Two properties out of Holbrook, Massachusetts.
Okay, have a
You
seat.
can, yeah, if you don't have the podium.
Yeah.
You can sit down.
Okay, you want to give us some idea about your plans and what's coming up in the future, maybe?
Yes, so we're looking to add some water. There has been some contamination, 6 years ago?
In the 1960s.
1960s. So we're trying to bring water from, what is it, Park Street?
Reservoir Road.
Reservoir.
Yep.
That's on
Reservoir
page
Page,
to that property, to do a subdivision. I'm looking to do at least 25 units,
They're going to be single-family homes?
single-family home.
Okay. Is that something,
At least 25 or 25 is the number?
At least 25.
At least 25.
okay, now, single-family homes are your plan?
That's our plan.
Okay, I mean, you're not thinking about anything else in there in the future, or?
We discussed a little bit of doing 45 plus. It all depends on how the engineering, 55 plus, depending on the engineering on where we can locate it.
Okay, so those are going to be like 4 units in a building, or?
It'll be single family also.
Okay.
One level, 55 plus. Trying
Okay.
to do at least 10 units per cul-de-sac section. Looking to do
Okay.
5 sections. So close to 5.
Do you happen to just have a proposed plan of that all?
No, we
Okay.
haven't. We haven't put anything together.
Okay.
Because I know we talked to, I don't know, superintendent?
Fran?
Fran.
So Jared talked to you a little bit, just to get information.
Yeah.
He's the engineer. We haven't put any plans together,
Okay.
because we don't technically own the property yet.
Mm-hmm.
But we definitely want to get, like, if this sounds like something the town want to do, to expand the water district. That's something we definitely want to do. We don't want to start spending money on.
Sure, no, you don't want to put a bunch of hundreds of $1,000s into engineering and stuff, that won't happen?
That's not gonna happen.
Gotcha.
All right.
We know the water district's a little different than
Mm-hmm.
the town.
Okay, so I guess, I don't know if Fran told you, the first,
Well, let's back up a little. So the property that he's talking about is not in the water district.
I was just going to say
Okay,
that.
so
So
the
this
water
is-
district would need to be expanded
map.
to encompass his property.
Correct.
I drew some little maps with some
Yep,
ideas.
I
The
got you.
yellow is his property, and I just drew a red line of where we could extend the boundary. So you guys understand, we do not extend the boundary on one side of the road, we extend the boundary on both sides of the road. So that's why the red line crossed the road. Because to
Okay.
me, it makes no sense to run a water main down the street where only one
Right.
side can connect.
Yeah.
I know people that do that, so
Right.
it doesn't make
Yeah,
any
that
sense.
don't make any sense.
So, so we're not gonna do that, so that's why the red lines don't just encompass his property.
Correct.
So we wanna feed the people, especially if there's a
On both
contamination
sides.
issue, we wanna
Correct.
make sure they
Yep.
have access to
Yeah,
water
we
as well.
discussed it and said.
Yep, understood.
Feed it on both sides.
So, I mean, that's just me picking property lines, whatever, if
Understood.
you guys want to change it. So for him to do any kind of expansion of the water district, he would need to get a petition from the residents in that area. He has to get more than 50%. So he'd have to usually attorneys write up a thing, say, do you wish to become part of the Lunenburg Water District? And he would have more than 50% of the owners sign that agreement.
Okay.
To say they want to be in it. And then by doing that, then that goes to the board calls a special meeting.
Correct.
And then the voters of the water district vote to say, do we want this in the district?
Correct.
And that's where he's at. So he's just presenting the information to you.
Okay.
And see where it goes
Sure.
from there, so.
I mean, we can tell you that we had a similar project in town, not similar, I shouldn't say that, we had another project in town that wanted to expand the water district, and it went through all the steps, and it did get turned down by the voters. It was not passed, just so you know. I can't speak for the
No, we
the
understand.
people, but
Yeah,
just,
the
you
people in the
know.
area. We totally
But
get it.
looks like we have some other people here that probably have input on this too, and I'm very familiar with this area and the land and the situation and the history of it.
Right.
So,
So I guess I guess the thing is, the first thing you want to do is try to get it through the water district, right?
right.
Because it won't do any good to draw up all kinds of plans and this and that, and then you can't do the project.
Correct. I mean, obviously, you guys know the area better than I do.
Yeah.
You know that it's been sitting and.
Oh yeah, it's been sitting there for a while. Yep.
The family is definitely trying to do something with it to
Yep.
help provide water in that area.
Yep.
So we definitely, that was the reason of,
Yeah.
extending the
Mm-hmm.
water district to the property. So,
All right. I
So
guess-
do you have attorneys and stuff that could write up the petition and do all this? So you get the groundwork from us and, okay.
I get everything done as soon as possible. If the best thing is feeling comfortable, right?
Understood.
And I don't want to have the family wasting their time thinking like,
Absolutely.
this is yes or this is a no.
See, this is a tough thing. The board doesn't decide.
No,
no, I know.
It's the
It's-
voters
it's
that
a-
decide, so.
Right.
I mean, I'm with you too. Like I said, familiar with the whole property and the history of it and everything, and some of the neighbors that are here, and so. Yeah, I'm curious what other people have to say, but like I said, unfortunately, we don't make that. It's fortunate that we don't make that decision. I'm glad we don't make that decision. Let the water district and the water, customers dictate what's best for the town
That's how, yeah.
and the district.
Now
So.
I got a question for you. I probably shouldn't even ask it,
All right.
but I'm going to. Has the 40B come into play down there at all with you fellas?
No, it hasn't. It hasn't came into play.
Would you tell us if it did?
Well, I tell you, if this town doesn't like 40Bs, unfortunately, but that's the way
I'm
it
gonna
is.
say this to you. I'm gonna be. Am I being recorded?
Oh, yeah. Very much.
Matter of fact, right here.
40B is not the best opportunity for anyone.
Okay.
55 plus have been a cripple in the state of Mass. There's only 25 55 pluses in Massachusetts. One of my partners just brought a 55 plus in Orlando, Florida, and Ocala. And he has over 255 plus. And it's probably the best place to be in Florida. Nice weather, great area. And they're upstairs and downstairs. So I had to go to Florida for a month to look at these projects and say, this is amazing, we don't have this in Mass. I live in Wilbraham, and there's 155 plus,
Yeah.
and there's no vacancies at all. Everything is full, so.
The other alternative is a condo, and they're getting too expensive for anybody that's, people that have been retired that,
No, we want to try to help out the best way we can. We don't want to break our own banks, but we definitely want
Right,
to do as much to
understood.
support them
Yes, sir.
and have some type of turnaround, to be honest with you.
all right, I just wanted to tell you, because 55 plus is,
40B.
40B is going to be pretty tough here.
John, 55 plus is you.
No, twice. So,
Yeah, no, 40B is out of the question.
Okay.
And I'll be totally honest with you, that is not going to be on our plan. You can guarantee that.
All right.
I can guarantee that. That will not be. My investors are not looking to do anything to to save money on taxes. To be honest with you.
All right, I'm going to ask if anybody in the audience has any, you want to ask questions, Fran, while this gentleman is here?
No, I think,
Are you open to taking any questions? I should ask
Yeah,
that
sure.
first.
Absolutely.
Is there anybody?
Fire
here?
away.
Does hardship come into play at all in this, or?
You have to stand up, give us your name.
Just say your name.
No,
everybody-
at least just
everybody
state your
can
name.
hear.
It's just your name, so I
Everybody can hear. Yeah, you can sit, I'm just,
Does the hardship come into play with the approvals on that at all? Or is it
No.
just all voted by?
it's state law. Mass law tells us how to expand the district, and we just follow the law. But we're not part of the town, we're a water district, so we're created by act of legislature. In that creation of the act, it says how to expand the district, so we just follow the law. So there's no hardship.
So every house that water line has to come to has to vote on that, is that correct?
Not every house, it's the existing water district boundary. So there's our map with the boundary. So anybody in that district votes to allow this particular spot to be put in the district, to become a member. So that's all. That's
yeah,
all.
they don't even have to have public water going to their house.
They just have to be
As
in the
long as they're in the district.
Period.
And unfortunately, if you're out of the district, which you would be in one of these neighbors, you can't vote.
Right, that's the part of the petition that
Right.
would be signed, that the majority of them want to be part of the district.
Hand delivered?
It would be a signature page, so you would just go and have them sign that page. Typically, we get it with,
Right.
you know,
That's what I'm saying, knocking at doors.
yeah, knock on the door, yeah. I guess you could mail individual one and have them sign it and send
Probably
it.
wouldn't get a response.
And there's not a whole lot, you probably got,
With a 6.
I don't know, there's probably, total of probably 20 people, so
Right,
if you
yeah.
had 10 of them.
Really?
I mean, you count this property and the 10 of the, half of the other
Yeah.
people. But I mean, the right thing to do would be to send it to all of them, and, you know, and see what you get for responses.
Anyone else?
I do have, I'm sorry, go ahead.
My name is Sharon Jordan. Oops. What was
I get
it?
it.
I live at 77 Burridge Street, right across the street from this property. My well is one of those that's been contaminated for many years and is still missing a filter. We have them. Good. I would like to show you the map and ask you precisely where on Burridge Street you plan to bring this pipe down to.
What would be, it would be,
I have the maps
yeah,
right
now.
here. And I also would like to know what experience you have with Massachusetts DEP contamination requirements.
I don't have any, but my partner Jared is an engineer, and
Okay.
he's a civil engineer, and him and his company have big time of experience with
In Massachusetts?
Massachusetts, their license in Mass.
And what is the company?
It's Hudson and Howard and Hudson.
Howard and
Yeah,
Hudson?
yeah, they handle the big day.
That was a big project. So here is, if I could show this to you. This is the assessor's map of all of the properties with the overlay of the water district, as close as I could come based on the
Okay.
Yeah,
map here. And so it looks to me like the water district actually
Stops here.
is right here, which is my house. So that would mean to me that these other people between Page Street and 110 are not in,
The water
I mean,
district.
are in the water district.
Correct.
So my question is, here's the Gabriels, here's the Sims, and here's this piece right here. So, and you're buying 40 acres, is that right?
We're gonna take all 51.
You're gonna take all 51. So are you doing a carve-out for the contaminated area, which, here's a close-up of that, which is actually this whole area right here? So that's two questions, I guess. One is for the water district, really, and,
So your property is where?
right here.
Okay, so we're coming down this way.
Correct, you're coming this way.
Yep.
So my question is, where are you gonna?
We're gonna
pipe to?
stop here,
At 153?
53.
Okay. Okay,
Because our idea is to go in and to loop back out on their property,
I see.
right?
Okay.
And we have to do it on both sides, so you would have access to it, and we'll stop here, just so when we loop back out, we'll be able to connect to their property.
When you say loop back out, you mean you're
So,
gonna start
yeah,
here?
can you see it, Ben?
Oh, sure.
So this is where the property starts, So this is how it will look. And what address is you guys again?
We're 137, she's 146.
146. So this is how we're gonna look.
Okay.
So this is the road, and it's gonna go right back out, and it's gonna end up crossing anyway. But it's gonna, like they said, we would have to do both sides anyway. So you have access.
Okay.
That's where we'll be stopping at.
So, Fran, District Commissioners, I'm Sharon, you're John, right?
Yep.
We've met before, I don't know, have I met you before?
You probably see me. I live right on Arbor Street. I'm Matt Woodward.
Oh.
Woody. Everybody knows. Yes.
So I'm just coloring this in and letting you know this is where
Okay.
the water lines will go.
So is my assumption correct that these houses are actually already in the water district? but not
Correct.
That's
tied in
correct.
yet? Okay.
Correct.
Okay, great.
Can I see that for just a second?
Oh, shoot, this is page, and then this.
Yep.
Okay, because I got a couple other questions I'd like to talk to, ask, what's your name again?
James.
James, okay.
55
you would-
plus mean age 55?
Yes.
55.
Okay.
Well, I'm,
I'll make sure you get this back.
you have it, I have another copy.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you fellas,
Let me just mark it.
oh, all right, I will, it's done.
No, you go ahead. I'm listening.
All right, so your company is planning on buying the Penniman's house out on Burridge Street.
We're not planning to, so that was we haven't made that agreement of buying the house. We were gonna use an access point.
Okay, because if you're gonna make a complete loop here, the loop, I'm very familiar with that area, because the Penimans have been friends of mine since we went to school together, and I've been down here multiple times, so the loop here comes out right where their house is sitting on Burridge Street, so their house has to come down.
That's impossible. So there's an access point that I think there was preliminaries that were done.
Okay,
When was those preliminaries done? 5 years ago?
Preliminary, so long ago.
About 5 years ago?
15 years ago.
15 years ago?
15-5, you know. It all goes so fast.
I wish I brought the copy.
yeah, that's
But
okay.
there was a plan that was already preliminary.
Okay.
And it had an access road that didn't even connect or touch their home. I know they were talking, they want to get rid of the home, but we haven't had an agreement of.
All right, now is that the access road you're talking about, is that gonna be the 800-foot road coming in with the cul-de-sac? 'Cause-
No cul-de-sac, a loop.
A loop.
Yeah.
all right, but I'm saying, that's the two options, either an 800 feet, because that's as far as you can go, or a loop. So
Correct.
with the cul-de-sac, with the 800 feet, from what I remember, I don't know if I'm still right or not, they might have changed some, but I don't think, there was like, I don't know, 20 houses maybe?
Yes.
And if you put the complete loop in, then there's like
Yeah,
40-something.
it's 41.
All right, so, and you're saying you're gonna build how many?
We're looking to do 25.
All right, but
At
what if
least
you?
25.
Yeah, but what if you put the loop in and you decide you're gonna be able to put more than 25?
Well, we're still gonna do 55 plus.
So,
So we're
Okay.
gonna try not to like
So you-
over.
you could go the limit.
Correct.
You could go the limit, which is gonna be
Okay.
50?
50, yeah.
All right, so that's, I mean, these people are gonna either have 25 or 50 in their front yards. That's what I'm getting at.
Yes. We make it a one-way in.
You mean a cul-de-sac?
Yeah, no,
Well,
Just a one-way,
one-way
100, yeah.
access for their,
Oh, one way into the loop?
Yeah.
Okay, but you can still put the same amount of houses.
yeah, you can.
Okay,
So if it does go 55, then that would go through the town zoning bylaws.
Yeah,
The 40B
okay.
kind of is the
All
one
right.
that puts bypass, so as long as.
40B, I'm not doing anything. We keep talking 40B.
I'm gonna hold you to that. I know who you are and where you live.
You already forgot his name.
We had a problem in Rentham.
I'd like to, yeah.
Okay.
We had a problem in Rentham like that, and that.
Can I see that,
was
Kristen?
not
Can
fun.
I just-
That was not fun at all.
All right, Fran, now that 3,700 feet of pipe that you were talking about, that doesn't include the loop around, that's
No,
just up
that's
to the
just-
front of the
Just on the
property?
property, yes, just on the road.
Yeah.
The road frontage, yeah.
Because we wouldn't need to do the 4-inch, right, or the 8-inch, right?
I did
think 8-inch.
12 inch on Page Street,
Page
8 inch down Burridge. And those numbers only went to where I had their property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't go past the property like he just showed, so it'd be like, I think it was 400 feet more,
Just curious, what's at the end of Reservoir Road right now?
16.
if this ever did happen, I would definitely be in favor of,
Doing on both sides.
well, no, I think at some point, we should try to get it down Arbor Street to make that loop.
The page?
Yeah.
That's why I
Is that,
did
would
12.
would that 12 would suffice for
so-
that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so just so
okay.
you guys are aware that the water main job on Mass Ave, for Arbor Street, I'm doing a 12-inch T
Copy.
with the
Right.
future intention that it'll eventually run Arbor Street down the page, so.
Right, so we
it'll be a
can-
12-inch loop.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can loop that.
So that's why I have them doing 12 down the page.
Okay.
16's a little overkill, that was only for the.
I understand, but I'm just saying, just for all the problems we've had with this line, it's
Yep.
someday if we could.
Here's something else I would like to find out. I've been in the excavating business all my life, for 55 years, so I got some kind of an idea how this works. Now, the land is somewhere around 400, all right? You're gonna spend another 400 or more to put water down the front of it. All right, that's $800,000.
Yeah.
Now, I can't see that you're gonna be able to recoup that much money into all the infrastructure on this property and make any money. So I got it in my head that there's gonna be 50 houses in here.
No, we won't go that big.
How do you
Not
know
50
that?
houses. Engineers, even with the laws of the frontage,
Yeah.
it won't work out, no matter what.
All right, well, we'll
Yeah.
just wait and see what the plan looks
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
That's all.
it still won't, just even
All
the
right,
frontage.
I'm not trying to beat you up or
No,
anything,
you
I'm just,
beat me
I'm
up.
getting information for these people that are
Listen,
sitting
beat me
here,
up, like-
because they live across the street and they wanna know what's going on.
No, so just the frontage of every home has to be 150
Yeah,
frontage, so it's 150 frontage per property.
Okay,
So if the road
No,
is.
it's 200 in
200.
Lunenburg. It can go down to 100 if you double the minimum lot size. And I believe we're in Zone B here, which is basically 200 feet, 2 acres. If
2 acre lot, yeah.
2 acre lot.
2 acre lots.
And you can go down to 100 if you make it a 4 acre lot, but that's Lunenburg. But that's all,
That's all I'm.
that's all.
all engineering.
We're water department here, I'm sorry.
I was thinking 150,
It's 200.
just to frontage, so
Yeah.
if we did a 2,000 square foot road.
It's a linear foot, but yeah, but then they could do it on both. That's,
Both sides.
right, that's,
Correct.
sorry, we're putting the
No.
Yeah,
cars
that's,
way
again,
out
that's
there.
the zoning stuff.
Yeah.
yeah,
okay.
I know, but I'm
Sorry.
trying to figure
Yeah,
out what,
I got
what's
you
going
going.
on.
Oh, they're gonna
down
sell it for us $1 million a piece, John. Don't worry, they'll make their money.
there. 2 million with
Probably.
two,
We're gonna make sure,
Right.
we're gonna make sure we recruit some.
I don't think
did
they're
you
in the
have
losing
another
money.
question?
I did, yes.
I just wanna finish up
Sure,
with her,
yeah.
John, before we move on.
So, do I need to stand?
No, you.
No, we got you.
As long as we just like people to introduce themselves.
So the people who are going to have to sign this petition, how much information do they have to be given in order to make an informed decision about whether they want to say yes or no?
Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword here, because unfortunately, basically, asking to expand the water district is like one step. We can't say we're gonna expand the water district only if they're gonna do X, Y, Z. You just can't do it that way. So as much as he can sit here and promise the world, and I'm not saying that he won't do it, there's nothing that says that his company gets this district expanded to this. They sell it off, and the next person comes in and slams 150 houses in there, or whatever they can do. There's no guarantee on that. It's just for us here, it's just to expand the district, this conversation. As to what happens with that,
But my question is, how are the people who are going to be presented with the petition, or the voters at the Water District special meeting, how are they going to make an informed decision if the only question is, do you want to expand the Water District, without any explanation about why this is happening and what the consequences might be?
I mean, there's nothing that says that we're looking to expand the district because of the history of this land with the contamination and the neighbors' wells. I mean, that all definitely is very viable information and should be brought up with this. But as to what absolutely happens with that property, you can't. It's got nothing to do with the water department. Does not have a say on how this is developed.
Are you worried about what's going there, or are you worried about changing the dynamics of bringing water to the property?
Well, I'm concerned about all of it. I mean, that this has
I know,
been
but what
going
is the
on
major
for a long
concern,
time.
right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't have anything against having a few more houses down there. I do have a problem with dozens and dozens and dozens of houses in
That
what
makes
is
sense.
essentially, used to be anyway, a farming community.
Yeah.
I also wonder about the disturbance to the contaminated soil.
That's been removed,
But my well is still contaminated.
but that's because it's down to 800 feet.
Exactly.
And that's,
and what
so
happens
you're,
when
so you're,
the-
Done
it's
testing.
all-
right, so you're dealing with that right now, right?
Yeah.
So we're trying to correct that, right?
But that means I would have to spend how many thousands myself to tie in, because we
Well,
have
so that's something that,
a
that's,
700-foot driveway.
right, so that's something that if we put water there, that's something that you would have to make the decision. You wanna keep having contaminated water, you wanna have fresh clean water.
She doesn't have to tie.
She
Oh,
does.
yeah, there's no requirement,
Right.
yeah.
However,
You don't have
but
to, it's just an opportunity.
there is still fees, that, just so you know,
Yes.
there's connection fees and yes to.
I had talked to her about
Okay,
that,
yeah,
yeah.
there's an
Yeah.
expense there, by all
Yeah.
It's
means.
extremely expensive.
Yes, absolutely.
Agree.
Yeah.
And it's not, you don't have to tie into it. It's
Yeah.
just we're
So
putting it there.
if I don't have to tie into it, and I can't afford the, I don't know, $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 it's gonna cost to dig that ditch for 700-foot driveway, why would I say yes to the petition?
Because you want
Why?
your water not to be contaminated, right?
The filter's working fine. The filter we have is the same filter that would have to go on any town well that also had PFAS. It's activated carbon.
That's your free will as a townsperson, to just be like, I don't want this.
So
Reseal.
I
Yeah, I
think
mean-
I think what they should do is present the information to the people to
I agree.
have the petition, say, our intention is this, not to exceed this for, bill that we want to put in, give the full information to the people as far as they know for now. And this is my recommendation, you guys.
Yeah.
So the people, when they sign that thing, like, okay, he's gonna build 45 houses, am I okay with that or am I not? And I'm not signing the thing. There you go. So I mean, that's kind of what you guys, you can't just put, hey, we want to extend and put you in the water district. I don't think you're gonna get one person to vote for you. Because I think they know that something's up, like, well, what is up,
People are on edge
So
around.
I think if you give your information, and I don't think this is in any way legal, but I mean, I think could we put a thing that if, you build more than 50 houses, we have the authority to go back and remove it from the district. I don't think we could do that, but.
You can't.
But I mean,
you can't
could-
just.
yeah.
Unfortunately, just the way this works is there's no way we could do that. Period. It's expand the district or not. And once again, this is unfortunately. I wish I had these. I wish we all could forecast this, but you just can't, because there's nothing says that his company buys this and then moves it on to the next guy. Kevin O'Brien. I'm just saying, you don't know. But, I mean, we all should have the information and same to the people that live there of what the intention is to do. You can put that out there, but there's no guarantee on that, unfortunately.
I just think that the full disclosure is really important.
I agree.
I couldn't agree with you more, but we couldn't put that in a legally binding
I
term
agree. That's
to
why I said
expand the water
pretty unlikely.
district.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice.
But by all means, talk amongst yourself, talk amongst your neighbors and all that. But just as us sitting here at the water department can't answer, unfortunately, that question for you.
So I totally understand your concerns, and I will talk with the team to think about how we lay this out to the community. I totally understand where you're coming from, because you don't want something big. They just said 40B, right? You don't want something big coming in there. But I can guarantee that we're gonna do our best to make sure we don't lose money, but we also help out the community, right? That's the only thing I could guarantee that. Like, we don't, like you said, it's expensive, right? So your 7,000 might be our $1 million, right? Or our $2 million. So how do we recoup the $2 million?
Right.
Right, so that's our thought. We have to really think about that. And if it doesn't work out for us, then the property's still gonna be the same, your water's still gonna be contaminated.
But I have filters.
No. Listen, I have 6 filters in my home, so I know what it's like. And I know,
6 filters?
yes, because my water is so bad where I live at, and it's insane. And it does everything that I hate about it, because the shuts aren't turned off. It's a lot. So I wish I was able to put it in my area, but because we don't have a water district, we don't have water in my area, and it's probably 5,000 feet away, that no one's gonna bring it to the area. And it's in a community, right? So it's in a state that they're not gonna allow it to go in there. So I'm stuck with a nice big house, but I have filters, and I have well water. Because I don't pay a water bill, right? So that's a great thing. But I wish I had the water district, because if something was wrong, they come fix it. Like, you don't have to call someone else to say, I'll be there tomorrow to fix it, or next week, right? You get someone right away, right? Because they know they have to keep up with it, and they have to maintain it.
And I think they do a wonderful job, by the way.
All right, that's what we're here.
Thank you.
Are you all set?
I am also, thank you very much.
John.
Okay, I think, so John Fortune, 50 Hemlock Drive, nowhere near this, although I know the property very well. So the petition, just to be clear, Fran, on that, so 50% of the owners between Page Street and this piece of property is what you're talking about, or?
No, just the people that would
In the
be,
expansion area,
Okay,
just
so
the area
in
that
the
needs to be
expansion area.
expanded, yeah, and it's
How would that-
50% of the landowner, so
Yep.
if someone owned a majority of the property, like more than 50%, they just need their own signature to meet the requirements of the petition, the state
Okay.
thing, so.
So,
I'm just gonna, and then I'll give you a chance. So just to be clear, so and then if the petition passes, all that means is that part of the town becomes part of the Lunenburg Water District. Doesn't mean there's any obligation by the water district to actually put water down the street or anything like that.
correct, well, hold on, the petition just would mean that we would bring it to the vote,
Voters.
to the entire water district at that point. So the
Oh,
petition just
right,
means,
so
yep,
that's
all right, you have
step
enough to,
one, okay.
step one,
Yep.
then go to the entire water district, and then, on
Then
an annual
people
meeting or
vote.
special meeting.
People vote yes, no.
People vote
and
yes,
then-
no.
Then, if they vote yes, then it's in the district.
Right,
Then it's in the district,
Correct.
but still not
No
necessarily.
requirement.
no requirement for us to run it there.
So, yeah, and we would never make any, if the water main gets extended, it's all.
It's it's gonna
They
be,
pay 100% of it.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And you had a question?
that was my question.
no,
How about that lady on the left over there that I can't see? Any questions?
Well, no, it's maybe just a comment. I'm Trudy Peterman.
Oh, okay.
And one of the owners of the property.
You're Scott's wife?
No, this is Scott's.
Oh,
wife.
you're Scott's
I'm
wife?
Scott's sister.
Okay.
And, we've been fooling around with this land for a long time.
Yeah.
And at this point, even though there were four kids, it's been Scott and Linda and my husband and I that have been supporting this property. And we have really tried to do our best to
make it right.
follow what the state wanted us to do, to make it right. And we're just at a point where
We've spent almost $500,000.
I hear you, and I think you guys have done a great job with it.
And the
It's-
rest of
that- I-
$3,000.
no.
And it requires us to do more testing of $11,000. So it's not like where, I'm 70 years old, I'm still working. And the only reason I work is because this stuff would not be supported by my pension. And we could always file with the state inability to pay, and we could stop all of this, but we feel we want to do what's right. And getting the water to you, to Charette's, would solve a lot of problems, and, I'm not a fan of having 20 houses behind me, but, if we could stop the bleeding of cash, because what we're paying to sustain the DEP is not sustainable if I retire. And if I retire and we file inability to pay, the state will approve us if we qualify, and I'm pretty sure we will qualify. We will no longer do any more water testing, we'll no longer do all the things that we're doing now that continues to be a huge expense.
Would the land still be available for sale though?
They'll be available for sale. It's
But
just-
everything would fall on the new owner?
Well,
I mean, the testing and all
Not
that?
everything. So they will be stuck with the 12 acres.
Yeah, that,
Okay.
So I'm trying to remove all that off them, so we can do the right thing.
Well, I know how you feel, because people live their whole lives, pay their bills their whole lives, and when it comes time to relax, and you want to sell off what you
and it's
worked your
not
whole
really
life
like
for.
we inherited this.
Sure.
Yeah,
We inherited this land. This was done in the 60s when my father-in-law first started in business.
Yep.
And,
No,
it's all,
they
he
did a lot
made
of work for me.
mistake, and, we're still paying for it. I mean,
Well, I'd really like to see you sell it.
Well, I would like
But-
to see it sell it.
but you know, it's-
Even if we sell it, we will never make back the money we've already put
No.
into it.
But see, the thing of it is, this has still gotta go to the zoning board.
Absolutely.
So if everybody down there gets together, goes to, I don't wanna make this any harder on you, but all of you go to the zoning board, you can almost dictate what kind of buildings are gonna look like in there, or, you know, trees and sidewalks, or whatever they're gonna do to make it appealing for the people that live there, as appealing as it can be. So, I mean, they just can't go in there and throw up 50 chicken coops and you have to look at them. They gotta be something
No, I'm
decent.
not complaining about what they're gonna build, but I'm just saying that if we could sell this now, it would resolve, because bringing town water will solve this contamination problem.
So would there be any consideration to the houses that are contaminated to pay the fees to tie them into the water, to
Well,
eliminate
we would
this?
have to look at that. I mean, we don't know what we're gonna get after it's mortgaged, so,
Okay.
you know, I don't know if there'll be funds enough to do that.
How many houses
How many houses?
that you'd have to
Two.
tie in? Just two?
So that's something we can talk
So
about.
that's not,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not a big deal.
Don't worry about
I'm not, I shouldn't say it's a big
We can talk about
but
that.
it's not.
All right?
Consider, something you'd consider.
Yeah.
That's something we can discuss and.
This- Are you planning on selling your house someday when you get a little older, or are you planning on living there for
How old
the?
do you think I am?
You're probably 50.
I saw that coming.
I know, I said, but I knew she was, I could see your eyes light up.
Well, when you're
39.
55, so maybe we'll-
39?
No, I'm way past 50.
But what I'm getting at is if you wanna sell your house someday and you want to, and you wanna take the money that you get from your house and turn it over into a condo, you can pay for that water line that you're gonna put in through the sale of the house. Because somebody might not say, well, you put the water line in, I'll buy it,
Well, I mean,
you know?
I don't know. I guess I'd like to say a couple things. I realize you inherited the problem, but so did I. We drank that water for a decade before we knew it was contaminated, my family and I. And that is something that we live
But
with.
the PFAS are not from our contamination. Is that accurate?
No, that's not.
Oh, okay.
But she doesn't have PFAS.
Oh, okay, that's where I was getting confused.
PFAS.
We're the VOC people, you know, the fluoridated.
You know, I'm still having a little, they're gonna pay to put the water line down there if this happens. You don't have to spend a penny to hook into it, because you don't have to hook into it. You can stay the exact way you are now. But in 10 years from now, if you do wanna hook into it,
It's there.
it's there. You can stay the way you are forever and never hook
They
it.
could do, this could all be with zero cost to you.
Except that there will be 50 houses across the street.
Well, that's, you
Right.
gotta weigh one against the other. Do you want a line that someday you can hook up to, or do you wanna look at some houses across the street?
If you're.
You won't see those
Be there for, yeah.
Well, you're right, because they would be around the corner. But I have lived in Lunenburg for a long time, and I have seen the evolution of the town. And it's
Yeah.
not a pretty thing. And, you know, if I don't have to contribute to that, I don't want to.
Sure.
We understand.
Absolutely.
On the other hand, I mean, I do believe that if we were hooked up to town water and we didn't have to use the well, we could if we wanted to, but we couldn't have to, that would be a value added to the house. I agree. But we don't have the money to do that.
Well,
They're just saying, the water line sitting in front of your house adds value to your house.
Not with a 700-foot driveway.
Oh, yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
and it affects your fire insurance. If there's a hydrant on that street right near your house,
But-
your fire insurance will go down.
Yeah.
At least that's what they tell me.
Needless to say,
I don't have a house with a
you,
fire.
it's something that you have to think about and put the thought in, and you have your own reasons to go yay or nay on it, and that's
All I
100%.
really am asking is for full disclosure. I mean, it's very, very difficult to find things out. And, you know, if people feel better about a decision they made when they feel like they've had all the information placed in front of them and they can make an informed choice. This has been extremely informative and related to
Well, I believe we're gonna have some more meetings anyhow before this is a done deal, that's for sure.
Oh,
You know,
boy.
Bring all your neighbors or whoever's interested in what's going on, and you ask us what questions you have, and we'll do the best we can to answer.
Absolutely.
Very appreciated.
All right.
You gonna push this for March or not?
I don't think we have time to,
Yeah, I don't.
for them to get the signatures and then put it on the articles for the annual meeting, and then if we did have it, then now we're probably talking a different location to have the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's almost impossible to try to get. for
I would
March,
say
but-
we call a special meeting
Right.
when they're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that would be up.
Yeah.
Then we're not under the
These
gun.
lawyers aren't that fast, Jeff. I mean, you know.
Only when they send out the bill. They're fast. So,
So.
all right, do we have any other questions or comments? How about you, James?
Oh, no, I'm good. I got what I need
All
to
right.
Okay. we're
Appreciate
all-
you coming in.
We're all set. Thanks for coming in, everybody.
take this.
You can have
Yeah, yeah. You get the. You're driving, John.
I'm driving.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
What do I want, the warrant?
Here we go.
Okay, here's the, what do you want?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. We can let them clear out. I mean.
All right, we got approved the budget for 23-24.
I gave you guys copies, I just put in, I have, I don't know if you guys want to wait on this one as well.
I kind of like Mark to be here.
Well,
It's not, he good for you.
we can, but the other thing is where we recently,
So that number would be 2,400.
got notice that Ethan's leaving. We are in the process of interviewing new people.
Right.
So is that going to, because this number I put on, did I give you guys? Yeah, I gave you guys a copy of the balance sheet, the,
Yes,
yeah, nope, no, sorry, not that one, that one.
Okay,
this one.
Nope,
No, you.
the one you have your right hand on,
Yeah.
yes. So that, the number down at the bottom,
salaries?
that's the salary number of
Yep.
what we had voted on and approved at the last one.
Correct.
But where we're now interviewing, is
Yeah,
that gonna
I'm
slightly
very
change?
curious what,
So I'm I'm up for whatever you guys want. I really want to final, so my goal is, we have a meeting in 2 weeks. This kind of ties into the next one with our articles.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
would really like to, even if we
every-
sit here and talk about articles that you want to have, but I would really like at the meeting in 2 weeks to vote on some of those articles
I-
because
I
So
do
you
too.
updated those with the new financial, the
not,
health insurance? You said the health insurance called 6%? No, they just called today, so
Yep.
so we need to update the numbers
yeah,
for the
let me
health
double check.
insurance. So my suggestion on the budget, with the revenue, I think it's sustainable that maybe we budget the high number for the highest employee.
Correct. I think so
If we
too.
don't use that number,
Yep.
Okay.
it's not like we're.
I'm
down the
assuming
bottom and it goes
that-
back to town, it just goes back
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
surplus.
I'm just
So it
looking
doesn't
at,
hurt us.
yeah, his credentials, I'm assuming that his pay is going to be a little different.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
I
what
mean,
we're, yes, so that's where we kind of went was.
It's same thing with the insurance, you said 6%?
Yes, but I have to look at what because I know I had carried another number.
Yeah.
And I can flip through, but if I'm changing other numbers, I'll have better numbers.
I think we should do that on the salaries, and just
Carry
adjust it for that, regardless of what the higher ends up being.
6%, we'll count for the
Yep,
family plan,
yeah.
And,
Yes, because that's actually gonna change because.
so that'll change quite a bit.
Which actually,
if
I
you
don't
go.
know if it, anyways, I'll get finalized numbers now that we just got
Sure.
that and we need to discuss.
Okay.
Next Monday, we'll have another interview, for a hiring person, so that's kinda gonna determine which way we're
Yes.
going, salary wise, high or low for that one. But then tying into the next thing, that's what I'm hoping is to get these final numbers for next meeting.
So, yeah, we're hoping the next meeting,
I will have-
we've interviewed everybody.
Yep.
And we know who it is.
Yep.
And
then we
can we
can-
set the budget at that meeting? Permanent?
If we know,
Yeah.
if we know the higher the number, I would like to have that
Yeah.
as
so-
accurate as
so
possible.
we got time to change the
Yeah.
salary. All right, let's see
Yes.
who we're gonna hire and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, because we're gonna meet with them next week. By the following, we'll have an idea by the end of next week, I would
Right.
hope, who we're gonna hire. So then going into the articles, the next part, so that was to just decide, so I'll have that number, the budget, that number, the main ones. We had talked about the truck our new, pickup truck SUV.
Yeah, we never, I never talked to these
Oh.
guys. It was just Mark Burge.
Okay, so I guess this is just kind of some stuff I just, because I need to get them together. I need to send them to KP for review.
Numbers?
So-
Wait, talking
No,
about?
the articles. the
Yes,
articles.
all right,
I'm
the
sorry.
articles, yes, I would like to definitely, by next meeting, try to get that solidified, so.
Well, so that's what this is what kind of the preliminary I'd like to talk about is
Okay.
what are the specific articles that we want to have for me to put together. So that was, one of them was talking
Yeah,
with one of them was,
My Explorer.
The-
Do you wanna get rid of it? I mean,
The Exploder?
yeah,
I mean, we asked Terry, Terry's the Ford mechanic guy,
Yeah.
and he says
It's-
it's time to go.
yeah.
Your call. I mean, doesn't mean we appropriate the money, same thing if we do the budget. Appropriate the money doesn't mean we have to get rid of it right. We can
Well-
wait till the end of next year if you want.
We still don't have the new pickup truck.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 3 to 4 months out, so,
It's in Rhode Island right now,
Oh, okay.
putting a body on it.
do you know that?
I just drove it there today.
Oh,
What color is it?
Blue.
oh, nice.
We found one. I found it up in Maine, or Ralph did.
No.
So it's on the,
Okay.
So there we go.
We have half a truck.
Yeah,
Information
why don't you just drive it over here? Well, that settles that, I guess, then.
So we'll
yeah,
have
so
that.
it'll be good to get that too, because the other Ford, I guess the transmission's kinda going south.
I guess before we buy another vehicle, I just wanna make sure that our numbers are lined up, you know.
Well, we already bought this one, so the
Yeah, we
only
already did
decision,
the
I
pickup.
understand, yeah.
the decision we have to make is whether we wanna
Do we
keep
want
the
it?
Explorer for a while or get rid of it.
Yeah, and if it go, it would be just the next year. The only thing you're looking at with truck replacements is we got the 2012. Typically, we keep a truck 10 years.
Sure.
Explorer, not so much. But 10 years to 12 years, so the 2012 is, okay, we're getting close.
Correct.
So if we hold off on the Explorer, now we're back to getting maybe
I
2
gotcha.
vehicles in a year. So I just try to keep,
So we didn't trade that one in.
we will trade the Explorer in.
Oh, okay.
We're trading the Ford,
Right, just like the,
other pickup truck when the new one comes too.
So you're
Yeah.
gonna trade two of them in.
Well,
No,
the
we-
last
every
year-
vehicle gets traded in for the
Yeah,
new
so we're
vehicle.
trading in the
Yeah.
Ford for the new truck. We'll trade in the Explorer
Okay.
when we do that truck, which will probably be in a year and a half.
Okay.
So, but we got an article in there, and I don't, whatever you guys want to do. If you don't want to put the article, it's no problem. And probably would be next year, which is not a problem either. It's just,
Well, if it isn't gonna be any kind of a problem, why do we wanna muddy up the articles and everything?
you don't have to.
No, I'm just saying, let's wait and give it some more thought
okay.
when we get more time and,
Well, I'm just trying to get them together because
Okay.
I have to have,
no, I'm for waiting.
I'm for waiting too.
Okay.
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 so remove.
Go.
If you think, you know, we can make it. I mean, we don't know, you're right, it might blow up tomorrow, but I'd rather wait.
Hey, we got a nice little Volkswagen out there you can drive.
Okay.
She can
All
just
right,
stand and just
so-
teach the new people.
All right, so we're taking that one out. So the other one was, I'm waiting still for the new lead line replacement that I've been talking to you guys
Correct,
about.
yep.
So I'm hoping to get numbers today,
Yes.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everybody I'm talking to all understands it, but I then talked to our financial advisor with Unibank. So these articles need to be written very specific.
Very.
Because you're going through SRF funding, Mass Clean
Correct.
Water. So I went through KP.
Yep.
They looked at it, they then said, go through your financial advisor, so I have it with them.
Yep.
So that will be one of the articles for that one. And then I spoke to Gary with Stantec again today and said, I need these numbers. He promises me he will get it to me Monday.
Okay.
Because that's the big ones,
Yeah.
is basically,
So she's tying onto it. You just touched on a couple of articles. One is for
Yes.
the lead stuff.
Correct.
The other article is Mass Ave.
yes, I'm
Yep.
sorry,
Because Mass Ave we appropriated the money in 2021.
2 years ago.
So, due to the cost, the amount that we had for the budget is
Yeah.
no longer
Yep.
viable.
Yeah.
So we want to do another article to amend that
Correct.
dollar amount. So
just-
we're trying to get Gary to give us a number.
With Mass Ave, as soon as the DOT line board, that's done,
Yep.
is there anything else we're waiting on?
I asked him that and he said no.
Nope, so we got the plans, and if you guys want to look at them, you can take them, whatever. we just had a couple little things to tweak
Sure.
on it. I know we've already talked about it, but they're not on those plans yet. So when it's time, DOT permit, even before DOT permits received,
yeah.
we're gonna sit down and finalize those plans,
Correct.
and then we're gonna be ready for bid.
Okay.
So we're gonna set up the whole project ready for bid and get it out there. 'Cause I
Alright.
think the sooner we get it out there, the
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Oh, conservation, what's the deal with that?
For what?
For the wetland, but
Mass
that
Ave.
was pretty simple though, you just.
Yeah,
did
they
it,
already did all
That's
that.
done.
Oh, it's all
Yeah.
done?
Yep,
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Whitman and Bingham went through the conservation.
All right, they approved it and everything, we're ready to
Yeah,
go?
yeah, there was just the issue with the notifying the abutters and
Right.
straighten that
Okay.
out. So,
All right.
yeah, so we're all good. Everything's ready to go.
It just, so
Just
once
was the
we,
Mass DOT,
Yeah.
which.
it's tomorrow, right?
They're doing the
Tomorrow.
boring tomorrow, yep.
Okay,
Yeah, because I had asked him that. I had said, once DOT approves this, like,
right.
what else is there? And he said, and I said, we're done, right? And he
Yeah.
said, yep.
Okay,
So I said, okay, because, yeah, this is,
Well, that's good to hear.
so anyways, I will get those articles drafted somewhat for the next meeting, because I would really like to have those.
I would like to too.
That's in 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Okay.
Yes, so they're done in 2 weeks. That's it. You
That's
guys are
it.
gonna sign-
Yeah, you gotta
guys gonna
vote, so,
sign
I mean,
the
I'll
warrant?
try to touch base with you guys
Sure.
if we have a few things, let you know what I hear along the way, so we can try to be prepped and ready for, in 2 weeks. But that was the big thing, was
All
we'll
right,
take the
so we're
truck
gonna have
off.
the articles all written out, and it's gonna be a warrant with the commissioners sign. That's the
Boom, done.
warrant for the annual meeting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
All right.
Nothing gets on it after that.
Yep.
Okay. All right, is that it for that?
You good on that, Kristen?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now we got the superintendent's additions, if there is any.
No, we kinda touched them all. I just
Yeah,
an
this was
update on
most
Mass
of-
Ave and we got the preliminary pilot study proposal. It's in draft mode. They're gonna just tweak a couple things and they're gonna send it out to the state.
Okay.
All right,
I have a question.
okay, go ahead.
Just, any feedback on the new rates, the bills? You know, I know they went out, I know it's a little while ago, but you know,
Not many calls. I
Okay.
mean, there was only a few, really.
I think people understand,
Yeah.
you know?
Couple, no, a
Okay,
couple random,
sure.
oh, you went up, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I mean, luckily, and I kind of broke it down a little bit, like, well, and honestly, it was maybe one or two that was like, oh, I went from $70 to $90. I'm like, yeah, but, you know, over 3 months, that's not, yeah, I guess so, you know, so honestly, it really, really wasn't much.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Good.
I think a lot of people understood it
Yeah.
and knew that our costs of things,
All right,
that's
well,
what it was related to.
Glad to hear that, I was hoping.
Yep.
Are we gonna do anything with this down here?
No, Mass Ave, we just
Okay.
did it.
Yeah.
So Mass Ave, the borings are tomorrow.
Yeah,
And yeah, we'll see what they go. So the borings, so you guys understand the process, they're gonna have a geotechnical engineer on site doing samples for the soil samples. And then
I understand it, it's expensive.
and then they go to another senior person. And you know, when I saw the change order, it was $15,800 for 2 test borings. And
Even though we have some from across the street when they did the sewer line a couple of years ago.
so, but they weren't.
15
no
feet
one-
away.
The geotechnical person wasn't there to take the samples.
maybe we should call them guys Smoke Island and then have
So
them down here.
I told the engineer, I said, the commissioner's gonna go nuts on this thing.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't
they're not
happy
gonna be
about
very
that.
happy.
Is that what they want, or was
Well,
that a
you have to,
proposal?
well, I mean,
No, that was
that's it.
That was it. That's
And-
what it is, $15,800
Right.
for those test borings.
And we even
Now,
tried.
Who's
Stantec.
Stantec? Gary?
Yeah, because it's part of.
It's not, it's Mass DOT saying you need to have these, because
Yeah.
Fran
Yeah,
and I,
but we need to have them, but they don't have to charge us 15,000 to drill 2 8-foot holes.
The holes are $4,000. The rest is engineering costs. I agree. It's obscene.
I'll take a ride over there tomorrow. See what's going on. I just wanna see what's going on.
oh, no, I think you're gonna take a ride over Stanton.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe Gary will be there.
I'll take a ride over when they're drilling. It'll be
Gary,
like,
Gary might be there. I know he has a representative gonna be there.
Yeah, all right.
yeah.
Okay,
That was insane.
any public comment? John, you have no public comment?
I'm waiting for the Hickory Hill pilot study. Any comments on that? That's all I'm waiting for.
No?
It's just a draft, and they're gonna present it to Mass DEP shortly, so.
There's really nothing to talk about yet, but I'm sure some will be coming along.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's no design or anything like that, they're just gonna present their treatment methods of what kind of PFAS removal process they're gonna use, and the iron and manganese removal process.
Did you ever get all your results back? From the lake, and you guys were doing all kinds of testing, you said at the last
Yep,
meeting?
we get them all back, yep.
Could we,
I just got them back.
could I see those, get a copy of those?
Yep.
Do you need me to send you an
Conservation was-
email?
Yeah,
Oh,
conservation
has
asked
them?
for them, I'm like, I don't know, they're doing them. Conservation asked for the
Oh,
results.
conservation?
And I said, I don't have them, they have them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is that something you could send me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff?
Jeff just drove the truck, he's
I just
good.
drove the truck, that's all I wanted.
All right, we need a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.